Okay, so I have another revelation here, folks. So many awesome things to say. Oh yeah. Oh boy, so many things to say. Belly button, I just want to get these things down on video. Pure threes. Belly button. Okay, and I'm just, you know what, I'm going to have to clear some space here. This is 54 equals love. This is another 54. Wow, there's another 54 embedded in there as well. 54 plus 36, 90. It's insane. It's pure nines. It's genius. In 9 letters, no less. Praise God. So there, belly button solved. But the main gem, this is so awesome, but we got to make room here, this is going to blow your mind, as it's blowing my mind like crazy. And that is, like, there is a term, we're solving love terms. This is going to blow your mind, folks. Look at this. The perfect parallelism mathematically between, of course, vagina and the word eyes. And then navel equals love. This is insane. Navel equals love equals 54. Okay, navel equals love. Of course, that's the center. And then your belly button in the center of your navel. Like, that's like the center of your gut. Like, your soul. But then look at how obvious this is. You know how we were mentioning that eyes equals love equals vagina equals navel. Like, and of course, penis divides by 3. We don't need, it's obvious, folks, okay? But this is 30 points here. This is 24 points here. This is called true education. It's that God ordained all these things to be exactly what they are for His mathematical glory. If the children were taught this, we would have so much true, righteous, holy, pure, God-blessed love happening worldwide in accordance with the will of God. Okay. So, eyes equals love equals vagina equals navel equals the famous 54. Like, these are just some of the biggest words in the story of God. We don't even need to start talking about the centrality of all these words for the physical body, okay? But look at the obvious parallelism mathematically between the famous eyes. As in the eyes, like, of course, two people making love, that's like the lock-on mechanisms. Like, your eyes are like staring at each other. It's like you're completely in total alignment. And just look at it. Just look at the perfect parallelism. So the first half of eyes is 30. The first half of vagina is 30. The second half of eyes is 24. Second half of vagina is 24. It's like, that's it, folks. I mean, that's what gets all lined up. So let's see here. How many? Amazing. In 6 letters and 1, 2, 8, 9. In 6 letters and 15 strokes. For the famous word vagina, which equals love, which is composed of 9 strokes. Just, it's pure threes because God is love. And the Triune God who created all things takes the glory for all these things. But that's just mind-blowing. Like, look at the total, complete mathematical symmetry and perfection in all these things. Like, slicing them all in half. Eyes, love, vagina, navel. Navel, you can pull out a 27 and a 27, just like the word love. In fact, it's so obvious. Because 3 of the same words in love are shared in navel, and then the NA is 14 plus 1, which equals 15. There's nothing more simple. There's nothing more simple to get to the famous O, which equals 15, which is the 4th letter of love. O is 15, N is 14, A is 1. Like, there's no simpler combination of 2 numbers to get 15 other than 14 plus 1. And that's what God ordained in the word navel, which equals the word love. And of course, when 2 people are having sex, their navels are completely connected. Like, we don't need to get imaginative beyond reason here, folks. It's just, it is what it is. Navel equals love equals 54. Oh, 15 right there. And then, so together, you've got two teams that make 27. The VE, 27, 12 plus 15, 27. A pair of 27s is the perfect cube of 3 in the word navel and in the word love. The word eyes parallels the word vagina. And then you can draw all sorts of simple conclusions about why the eyes would perfectly mathematically equal to, like, it's just, hello. It's too obvious. And then I was starting to solve other terms, you know, related to the human body. Belly button, that was a fun one. But I also want to testify on how God leads you by the Spirit. You are a physical person. The Spirit is a physical entity inside of you. And one of the best ways to actually make a discerning decision about what you're supposed to do is to try starting to go in that direction physically, and then you'll feel the Spirit turning you around if you're not meant to go. I started trying to go to the Bearcats volleyball game out in Abbotsford tonight, and as I went, the Spirit was giving me these mathematical revelations, and I desired to turn around. And I turned around, and it was meant to be, and I'm back home now preaching on these revelations, these epiphanies, and beholding more of the beauty of the Lord in His words. And by the way, it just happens to be pouring rain out there. It's a miserable time to be driving. God is sovereign. It's just, but to be led by the Spirit, one of the best ways to be led by the Spirit is to simply physically start moving in that direction. And if you feel the Spirit turning you around or stopping you, perfect. Okay? But be led by your gut. Start physically moving, and you'll feel the Spirit turning you one way or the other. Don't think up here about what it would, you know, what it would be like to be at that like crazy foreign destination. No, step by step. Will the Spirit allow you to physically take that journey? Okay? It's awesome. It's like Paul said, we tried to go into Asia, but the Spirit did not permit us. It's amazing. When I do artwork, you know, drawing lines, it's like I sense that now is the time to stop with this certain line. And then you sort of try and go a little bit further, but it's like, no. That is so awesome. The eyes equals vagina mathematically perfectly. And of course, like that is, like you talk about target practice, it's like with your spouse, it's like, yeah, when you're going to be having babies, pretty much you lock on the eyes and like that's where the alignment happens. It's like, it's just amazing. But of course it has to be this way. I mean, sex is the divine creation of God. It's, of course, the mechanism by which eternal souls are created. That's mind-blowing. Like, it's disgusting. What is disgusting is how cheaply we talk about this stuff anywhere. It's hideous. I mean, sex is the creation of eternal souls that either go to heaven or hell. Like, whoa. This is a sacred creation of God. Oh my. And so that's why we're taking time on terms like this. While we're at it, the obvious conclusion is to throw the word penis up there underneath vagina. It's exactly 9 points higher, it equals 63. It's all for the number 3. Put the two together, that's the obvious conclusion. 3 times 3 times, 13. It's so king for the number 3, for the glory of the Triune God. Okay? If everyone on earth was taught this from grade school and they understood who God was, we would have far less. We would have far less sexual problems worldwide. Yeah. In fact, what's amazing to me, and then you can see all the mathematical parallelisms between these words, every letter in the front and back is +1 over a multiple of 3. In fact, what's really cool is they kind of go up in threes. Here you got 16, 19, 22. They're all +1s, and then A is the most obvious +1 being 1 itself. That's just divine. And then, you know, you can knit these things together and all sorts of, you got another +1 there. It's whatever, you just knit it together. But we're probably gonna, I got books here on human physiology. I'll probably dig into some more anatomy terms, because this, of course, the human body is the pride and glory of God. That's why we're, and I was just, other revelations, other words that I had come to me. Okay, we're gonna keep erasing. That's, thank God for video. Just erase everything. Erase everything. And start new so you can focus on one thing at a time. I tend to get the board pretty loaded. Let's do it one thing at a time. Lips. The lips. Oh, the luscious lips. The neck, like just, it's pure threes, man. Like this is 12 plus 9, and then this is the famous P&S, the +1 combos all over the place. These guys are very special. Lips. And then when you say luscious, you get 2 +1s in there. But lips plus tongue is how we make words, and that divides by 3. And this is too obvious. And actually, this is the one that I wanted to kind of put next to the other ones that we solved with brilliant and excellent. What God ordained in the word tongue is exactly what He ordained in the word excellent. And the Bible talks about excellent speech. This is so amazing that the word excellent equals the word tongue in its design, with a +2E and a +2T front and back, okay, and then this gorgeous string of threes. And in tongue it's exceptionally beautiful because there's this symmetry where these guys knit together to make 21, and these guys both divide by 3 individually, knitting together to make 36, altogether 57, 888 by the law of prime, genius. That is the glory for the number 3 in the word tongue. And then, of course, the obvious solution with these 2 +2s and these 2 +1s is to put the lips and tongue together as the mechanism wherewith mankind has made words from the dawn of time, and you get your perfect multiple of 3. So let's just put the P together with the T, make 36. Let's put the S together with the E to make 24. That's amazing, because both of those are multiples of 12. Genius. Okay, 36 plus 24 is the famous 60. Add the 21 points up here. Add these two, another 21 and another 36. That comes to 138. That's the combo of lips plus tongue. Okay, which is 3 times 46, which is, of course, 3 times 23, which is the 9th prime, doubled. Okay, so you write it like this: 3 times the 9th prime plus 3 times the 9th prime. So the doubling shows off the emphasis of what is right here, namely 3 times the 9th prime, and 9 is, of course, 3 times 3, or 3 plus 3 plus 3. So it's maximum for the number 3. The lips plus the tongue. And you can stick the word the in front, and then push it higher. The lips plus the tongue. By the way, the word plus that I keep saying is dead. There's that famous P&S again, okay? There it is. +1, +1. Lips, plus, lips. But it's all based around the number 3. And then have you ever known someone who has a lisp, and they speak with a little bit of a lisp, and it's so adorable because their words are all softened with the lisp they have in their tongue? Even lisps were ordained by heaven for the pleasure of God. I've heard some people talk with a lisp, and I just think to myself, there was a girl in my grade 6 class that had the most slight, gracious lisp of all time. It was Julia Switzer. and she had this most very subtle lisp in her voice that was just like pure softness. Even lisps exist for the glory of God. Okay, lisp, not quite that extreme, but of course it's just the reverse letter slips. But the lips, oh man, the lips. Valentine's Day is coming up. But the lips, I mean, when you understand that words are king, and words come out of our lips, out of our mouth, and so we solve lips plus tongue. Another combination is lips plus teeth. When you smile, you show your lips plus teeth, because teeth yields another, in fact, teeth is very similar to tongue. You get this 3 fest in here, and then you have your +2 front and back. Okay, so lips plus teeth, you know, makes a divine combination. But the lips, you know, to kiss the lips, just, oh yeah, and then kiss plus lips. Or lips kissing, you can say, that'll divide by 3. What does this add to? You got 3 S's, 57, 66, plus another 27 is 93, plus 21, 114. 114. And then when you say kissing lips, that's the famous 144, perfect square of 12, kissing lips. So it's all for the number 3. Amazing. And so words come out of your lips. Amazing. And then this combines with a bunch of other things. For example, one of the most obvious words that comes to mind is lipstick. That's really easy, because the T is +2 and the K is +2, and then you get 2 more letters that divides by 3. So lips had 2 letters that already divide by 3, but notice that the L, the first 2 letters are the ones that divide by 3, 12 and 9. So that they always take the king. Lipstick, you know. Lips, love, luscious, and then red lips. Red lipstick is the most obvious follow through. Love is king. Interesting. It just occurred to me that that phrase divides by 3. In fact, I believe it adds to 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that's a good one to teach the kids. Love is king. 60, 69. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree, my friends. Love is king. Take that one for your life. Love is king adds to 1, 2, 3 perfectly. And that came out of the mouth of Mr. Kubi, which adds to 1, 2, 3, and Mrs. Kubi adds to 1, 2, 3. Love is king adds to 123. I've just proven mathematically that love is king. Amazing. Love is king. So if love is king, and the male and female love, which God ordained back in Eden, which was the first ordinance of love, before kids, remember, when Adam and Eve existed, even before they had kids, even before they had friends, God said, it's all complete now. It's very good. So that means that the male-female relationship of human love is the de facto standard, the highest level of human love that there is. Love is king. So that means a man's relationship with his wife and a wife's relationship with her husband is paramount. It's king. So we need this knowledge baptizing young people from the beginning so they don't grow up thinking that technology is king, or money is king, or power is king, or whatever you want. Love is king. Equals 1, 2, 3. And it needs to be real love. People need to know the definition of love. God has been saying to me over and over, love is slow. That is to say, it's patient. It waits. It takes time. Man, that's good. So what were we in the process of doing? Oh yeah, we were looking at lipstick. There's nothing wrong with a little lipstick if it complements, you know. I personally think that the more natural a woman looks, the better. But look at this. Boom, boom. Lipstick is an obvious, easy gem. 66 plus 12, 78 plus 21. Ooh, lipstick is 99 perfectly. Wow. Man. Love is king, though, equals 123. Love is king. That's the same value as gold plus silver. Cold in winter, heat in summer, the famous 1, 2, 3. Love is king. My passion is to see an entire world baptized in this knowledge. Because if we could achieve that by the power of God, we would have infinitely more love on this planet than we currently do. Love is king. That's so awesome. Love is king adds to 1, 2, 3. So, the lips. The mechanism of kissing, of course. There's other fun words like smooch. That's easy. In fact, smooch finishes with the word love mathematically. To smooch someone. This is 54, which equals love. And that's just a +1 trill at the beginning. Which, by the way, adds it up to 73, which glorifies the number 3 being the 21st prime, but that's the glory right there. This, and these are loaded. Like, this is loaded 3-fest right there. Smooch. Crazy. What is creepy in my opinion, folks? It's just a revelation. The closer you are to God, the more you will talk about love. Have you noticed that all the godless school systems of the world focus on efficiency, machinery, problems, power, conquering, as it were? They are far from God, who is love. A true education will be so love-centric and so tender. The teacher and the pupil would be sharing physical hugs and kisses daily. Obviously, the ideal is father and his children. Homeschooling, like it was for 99% of human history. But the closer you are to God, the more you will talk about love. That's why I can't stand godless education. Because it literally pushes the young away from love. And says, no, 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 what you're looking for is independence. What you're looking for is mastery of skills. What you're looking for is power, money, fame even. But God is love. Love is king. Okay. So, what else can we solve? I love solving things near the dead center. So the lips. Isn't that amazing? So another divine phrase is that words are king. Words are king. God gave that one to me a long time ago. That's the famous 168. Words are king and love is king. So words are so important to love. A woman craves right words. It's the husband's job to be so close to God, be so filled with the Spirit, be so full of the God of God, that he's this oozing bucket full of righteous, pure, loving words day and night, and then she just drinks it up. She just drinks it up like heaven itself. And then she responds to those words. Amazing. Love is king. So cool. So what else comes to mind with the lips? I mean, I think we should probably open a thesaurus and check out words for kiss. That would be fun. Smooch. Peck. These are easy words to solve. You can knit them together, but it's just fun because H-I-J-K-L. Let's look up the word kiss. It's this simple. J-K, kiss, 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 kiss. Kiss, kiss, kiss. I want to kiss. So. Don't you love romance? Okay. The word kiss is just superb. I mean, it's just so well crafted for the number 3, as always. And it's got the 2 S's. Oh man. Kiss. And then so when you say kisses, it just keeps pushing it out. Oh man, we could wax really poetic here. To blow a kiss, that's cool. Oh man. See, we need a awakening. We need a revelation of Eden. We have many lies about manhood floating around that need to die. Where do we want to go with this? I like the word smooch. That just makes me laugh. Smacker. Smacker does the same. That's an even more slang one. I mean, that's pushing my limits of Slangville. Smooch or smacker. Give a smooch or a smacker. Well, same deal going on here. This gold train of threes yields what? 30, 51. That's cool. That's very cool. So add that one to the glory party here. The gold train of smooch equals 54. The gold train of smacker equals 51, 3 points less. Too obvious for the number 3. Is that on camera? Yes, it is. So smooch and smacker. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Don't we love romance? So, canoodle. You gotta be kidding me, canoodle? That is loaded with 3s, so 15, 15, 15. That's another 21. That's 69, canoodle. Okay. I didn't know that one. Neck, of course. Divides by 3. Okay. Under the category, they tag this one formal humorous. Osculate. Osculate divides by 3 nicely. In fact, it's 60 plus 36 is 96. Interesting. Oh man, this is funny stuff. Oh, here's an obvious one from Valentine's Day. And I've known this one for a while. The old XOXOXO. And you should do it 3 times. The glory of the Trinity, as it typically is. X for kiss, O for hug. And it's 3 strokes every time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And so, of course, the logical thing to do is kiss someone while you're hugging them. And then you have the famous X and O together, which is 33 and 3 strokes. And it's just beautiful. I mean, if you superimpose an X and an O, you start working towards the famous 8-spoked wheel, but it's just this beautiful, you know, cross in the middle, like kind of, it's this target like that. And of course, once you know that God is sovereign, it behooves you to actually study these things and think about them. Like, here's an X and an O together. The famous X and O, like if you give someone a hug and a kiss. Doesn't that make sense? Why is a hug represented by an O? Because you're surrounding the person. You're making an O with your arms. You're surrounding the person, making an O. You're surrounding the person with your arms. And then the X is that perfect X marks the spot kiss right on the kisser. Bam! It's like the, you know, the center. It's like shoot for the target kind of thing. It's pretty obvious. And of course, when 2 people turn their heads to kiss, the man will tilt his head to the left, and the woman also tilts her head to the left, and so they make an X. See that? That's what God ordained. So while they're hugging each other in a circle, the man tilts his head to the left, that's this line right here. The woman tilts her head, you know, and so that the 2 heads kind of cross like that, and so you kiss each other with the heads turned. You can do it straight on, but then you run into the nose. It's much more comfortable to turn the head like an X. And then X equals 24 and O equals 15. So it seemed to me that X is probably the higher value item. But it's all good. XO, XO, XO. We do this in 3s instinctively because we love the number 3. We're made that way. XO, XO, XO. 24, 15, 24, 15, 24, 15. 33, 33, 33. And like I said, the only thing better than an X or an O is an X and an O simultaneously. So while you're hugging the person, you're kissing them. And that's the classic, you know, romantic Paris photo, you know, in black and white with the umbrella and all that stuff. You know, the arms completely around on both sides, and they're like, both necks are completely craned, so they're just like totally like intertwined. The famous XO. But isn't that cool how you get gems just from looking at the very letters that God ordained, like an X and an O. It's totally ordained. And then what's really cool is the word hugging and kissing are parallel mathematically. And I want to show you this because God calls his children to live in the present. Okay? And that's why I'm going to show you this example. God wants you to live in the now. Saying, I am actively kissing someone. I am actively hugging someone right now. God wants his children to live in the present. And that's why the ing, the present form of all the verbs, is the most glorious. And I'm going to prove it to you once again with the word kissing and the word hugging side by side. Because when you write the active present tense of hugging, you double the G. And what this does is it perfectly matches kissing for the number 3. So what we're going to do right now is going to take the glory for all hugging and kissing for the glory of the Trinity using grade 1 math, which will be done for millions of people for generations to come, so that we can see a real world in this universe that is based on love and truth rather than you know what else. Okay, so this is too obvious. The K and H are both plus 2. And as if that wasn't enough, they differ by 3 exactly. K is 11 and H is 8. They're both plus 2 over multiple of 3, differing by 3 points exactly. And then the pair of S's are both plus 1s, and the pair of G's are both plus 1s. And then the U and the I divide by 3, all by themselves. The famous second letter position dividing by 3. So there is perfect symmetry regarding the number 3 in these divine phrases of hugging and kissing. Okay? And you will not, God will not allow you to experience the highest levels of pleasure in hugging and kissing unless you have him first in your life. It's that simple. You must love God more than anything else in this universe in order for God to give you the highest pleasures and abundance, quality and quantity of hugging and kissing and hugging that is possible. So, plus 2 up front, plus 2 up front. Divides by 3 perfectly. Plus 1. Plus 1, same ending. And this ending is very cool because it has, okay, letter that divides by 3, plus 2, plus 1. So literally 3, 2, 1. Literally, if we would write that, we'd go 3, 2, 1. That's the famous ing ending. 3, 2, 1. Those 3 letters add to 30. 3, 2, 1. I am hugging someone. I am kissing someone. Don't wait for the future. Don't think about the past. Are you hugging someone right now? Are you kissing someone right now? Right now divides by 3. What do you have in your life right now? That is perfect by God's design. Do your best with what you have right now. And when you're ready for more, God will give you more. Hugging and kissing. Isn't that awesome? Just the beauty of the number 3, just coming at you. Coming at you. Cool. Okay. What else? What else, my friends? Okay. I'm feeling pretty good at this point. Oh yeah, we were just going to finish couple more potential verbs here. Interestingly, some of those, I find it quite humorous actually how some of the even the scientific terms for these things like kissing, like osculation, the scientists say. Oh, look at the osculation. Even osculation divides by 3, and osculate divides by 3. So it's like no matter what arena you come from, it's like God is sovereign. He's just showing off more and more with all these 3s. Okay. Ooh, this is another great revelation. Because I love touch like crazy. And I wasn't able to crack this nut until now. Touch is totally the number 3 with the +2 front and back. This is just like the word excellent, just like the word brilliant. Okay. And then so you can easily pair this word with what we call the God touch. Or you can say touched by God. Because there's no touch that is more beautiful and healing and consoling than the touch of God Himself. Did you know that God can touch you? Jesus touched people physically when He healed them. That's called the God touch. You can be touched by many things in this world. But if you get touched by God, it's always good. And look at how divine the word God goes with the word touch. And the word Jesus, touch of Jesus. These divine phrases I'm speaking, therefore all divide by 3. But look at how obvious it is. Because God and Jesus start and finish with +1s and have the gold 3s in the center. I really want to focus on the God touch one because all the center letters divide by 3 in God and in touch. And then you put a +1 with a +2 and a +1 with a +2. God touch. And touch is one of my favorite things in the universe. Like if someone is going to love me for a lifetime, they better be a touchy person. They better love massage therapy. Because that's probably my number 1 love language. What more can you ask for? 15, 21, 3. In 3 strokes. I love how all these letters just take 1 stroke, so you got 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. That's 39 in the center there, and that's 15. So that makes 54. This equals love in the center. Plus 27, 81, plus 12, 93. The God touch, 93, you know. And then if you say touched by God, that adds another 9, 102 plus 27. That divides by 3. Touched by God, or touched by Jesus. Or you can say Jesus touched me, or God touched me. That's all dividing by 3. This is a great discovery that the most obvious combination with the word touch is God Himself and Jesus Himself. You can pray this prayer to the Lord tonight, saying, God, touch me. Those 3 words, He'll love it. He'll say, wow, that's the most mathematically beautiful phrase I've heard in a long time. Yes, I'll touch you. Or you can say, Jesus, touch me. The gold at the center of Jesus is 45, a triple of the gold at the center of God, which is 15. And of course, 15 is a triple of the 3rd prime. It's too perfect for the number 3. So then you can say, touched by Jesus. Wow. This makes 30, this makes 27. Different by 3. Amazing. Amazing. Touched by Jesus. Touched by God. I'm so happy I solved the word touch. Now what I would do is I'd even treat this U as a centerpiece, 21, and then I'd put this O and this C together to make a team that makes 18. So you've got 2 nearly equal teams in this beautiful center of touch. Touch. Notice how the T and H are like sentinels. Touch. Touch. You can really drag it out and get really breathy with it. Touch. me. Whew. You know that's steamy land. And it's supposed to be, of course. By the way, the word steamy is a great word to glorify intimacy in the number 3, because it's got the word team at the center. And at the center of that is EA, which divides by 3. And then when you say steamy, you just pull out the +1 front and back. So you can talk about steamy touch. And you've just made another 3 heaven. This is where people want to be. Okay? People want that epitome of romance in their life. You need to let go of all your fear. Both parties need to be filled with the Holy Ghost and as much truth as possible. And then you'll have a tongue of love. So touch, steamy, that's awesome. Touch. So yeah, when you say it, focus on the 3s in the center. Touch. So touch me. Ooh, man, that's impressive. It doesn't take much to get those 3s rolling. Profound. Profound. Are you starting to get a feel for how much God is nuts about intimacy? I mean, the whole of creation has been touching each other and playing with each other from the dawn of time. Technology is largely of the devil sometimes. Look at the lives. Look at the people who are scrambling over these dead idol inventions made of dead materials. Most of these men are dead, godless people that are addicted to dead things. They want the money, they want the dead objects, they want control, they want power. They are not love-filled men. Go back to Eden. Flee from technology. Spend far more time around God. And then touch the people that He has given you to touch. If you don't have those people, ask Him for them. He will give them to you when the time is right. Lord, fill my life with an abundance of righteous, holy, physical touch. That's so cool. The God touch. I love that. God, touch me. That's so cool. Wow. Touch. So we were, whew. Fascinating. Okay. I think that's pretty good for this video. We're getting into, as is fitting, we're getting into good romantic intimacy terms. We're getting to the center of the soul, as it were. Okay. I think that's a good harvest on all these. Love is king. Oh Lord, fill my life more and more.